Before we ever became a nonprofit, we were already doing the work. For more than 20 years, the Builders of People Initiative has been a movement rooted in service, compassion, identity building, and emotional support. Long before paperwork or titles, the mission lived in classrooms, churches, community centers, youth gatherings, and moments where people needed hope. In the early years, it looked like ministry, mentorship, counseling, and showing up for people in the hardest seasons of their lives. It looked like eulogizing families with dignity, walking young men through responsibility, and giving young women a sense of worth and identity. It looked like teaching leadership, confidence, emotional stability, and purpose before those words ever became programs. As the years grew, the work expanded. We published books that built identity and emotional strength. My Uncle Dad for girls navigating blended families. Confidence Tilt for boys learning who they are. What is that man dealing with? And Captains Before Kings for men and young men who needed tools for healing, leadership, and responsibility. We created journals like It's Not Cheap to Be You for girls, women, boys, and men. Journals that help people process emotions, build identity, and discover their worth. Then came the music. Original songs that carried the heartbeat of our community. Songs like Built to Last, written for youth who needed to hear that their story is strong, their identity is solid, and their future is worth fighting for. The Kindness Project music reminded communities that love, patience, and kindness still change lives. We built platforms that allowed young voices to rise. Be a Preacher became a space where youth and emerging leaders could speak, grow, develop their voice, and stand in their power. Richie never took the stage because the night belonged to them. We brought kindness into classrooms with classroom kindness tours, giving shoes, shirts, blankets, journals, and encouragement to students who needed a reminder that they matter. We expanded that kindness to seniors, to families in grief, and to anyone who needed hope. Then the vision grew across state lines. In New Jersey, youth stepped into leadership during Be a Preacher sessions, took part in photo shoots that captured their confidence, and received shirts that symbolized identity and belonging. Women found healing through Women's Pink Night, a space designed to honor resilience, health battles, and emotional restoration. Men and boys discovered purpose through identity, responsibility, and emotional development programs. Families received support in blended family challenges, communication struggles, and the emotional weight of everyday life. Every part of the movement carried one truth. When you build people, you change futures. And that's why the Builders of People Initiative exists. Not because we needed a nonprofit, but because the work had already been transforming lives for decades. Now, the nonprofit simply helps the movement grow, expand, and reach more communities. This is who we are. This is what we do. This is what you're supporting. And this is the impact we were making before we were a nonprofit.